That's it. Okay, so guys, welcome back. Second day. I'm about to just do like a cardio day today, but before doing so, I'm going to kind of roll out my plantar fasciitis and kind of just talk to you a little bit about the day. I did tell you in the first episode that I'm dealing with, a lot of things that I have to rehab. One of them being plantar fasciitis, and what it is that it feels like almost like when it's really bad, like a knife is going through your heel, and it's when the plantar fascia, which flows along the center of your arch, gets really tight or injured. It will pull and create really severe pain in the heel or the ankle, and it's starting to get better. I've been rolling it out. When I do have a flare up, it can stay as long as like a couple of weeks. And I'm just rolling it out with the ball. What I like to do is put it underneath my foot and then just roll it out. This is like a standard way of dealing with it. If any of you watching has plantar fasciitis, you know exactly what I'm dealing with here. And I'm going to do this before I do cardio today. So like I had mentioned before, in the beginning, I'm setting myself up for 3 strength training days a week and then 3 cardio days. I'm only putting 3 cardio days right now because I do get a lot of movement around for the rest of the day. I'm usually start working with clients at as early as 5 a.m. in the morning, and then I don't get done here until like 5 p.m. if not 6 p.m. And that's working pretty religiously through the entire day. Because of my plantar fasciitis, I'm very fortunate. I have a ski erg machine, which is basically simulates being able to do skiing. So upper body cardio, that's what I'm going to focus on until my foot gets better. Because while I would love to do some treadmill, maybe some high elevated walking for LISS cardio, low intensity, steady state cardio. I don't want to do too much in that because I'm on my feet all day anyways. And I don't want to aggravate the plantar fasciitis any more than I have to. So I'm just giving it a rollout right now, just because it feels a lot better if I stop during the middle of the day. I try to roll it out the moment I wake up in the morning, in the middle of the day, and toward the end of the day when I'm done with working with clients and everything and I'm at home. And that tends to help. And it just kind of like dynamic fascia work on it to get the blood flow and just get it healing. One of the things I want to tell you is that I wasn't able to mention it yesterday, or the first episode, which was yesterday, was another reason why I'm doing this is because I noticed that on social media, a lot of the influencers of any age, but there's a lot of influencers out there that are trying to get you to, focus on getting in shape like they are and everything else, but quite a few of them are on performance-enhancing drugs. I'm not a judge on that. If you're using, especially at our age, at 50, if you're using testosterone, TRT, perfectly fine. I support it 100% if it makes you feel better, feel stronger. I myself am not going to use any TRT or any performance-enhancing drugs at all. I'm not going to do it. So I want you guys to see what can be achieved without taking the performance-enhancing drugs if you have normal testosterone levels at our age. I'm 53, I'm turning 54 in 8 months. I know I have normal levels. I'm feeling older and tired like everybody does. I picked up weight too, but a lot of that will change once I start to drop that weight and it comes off of my spine. So if it comes down to it later on, that I feel like, hey, maybe, we do a doctor's check and we go and we take a look and the doctor says, hey, I think you should get on it, I might consider it. We'll see. I'm not against it. In fact, I support it. And if it makes you feel better, do it. But I don't think I need it. So I'm going to do it without it. And I want to see what I can achieve without the TRT all the way to my birthday. And see if we can get this thing, accomplished, my goal. So that's my promise to you. And if I do decide on doing it, I'm going to take you with me to my blood test and everything like that. And we'll take a look. And if it's something that I end up doing, I'm going to let you guys know 100% if I start it or not. But let's see what we can do before that, because I know a lot of clients that I work with don't want to do it, even though I see nothing wrong with it. They don't want to do it, and they like to do things naturally. So I'm going to do it naturally as well, too, for you guys there. And obviously, there's some men in their 50s that just don't have the finances to do that. Their life is expensive. Look at everything going on with the government and prices now. So taking care of children, school, all that is very expensive. So adding on another monthly payment is not something they want to do, okay? So I'm pretty much done rolling out my plantar fasciitis, and we're gonna go do some cardio. So I'm gonna take you with me into the gym, and we're gonna do some ski erg, all right? Okay, let's go. So guys, before I do the cardio, I'm gonna I just forgot to do my shoulder rehab work. And I was doing this the other day that I showed you. It's an excellent shoulder rehab exercise for any injuries that you may have happen over the years. And I'm not a physical therapist, but I've been training people for about 26 years now. And I can tell you that any type of rotator cuff issues, rear labrum, any of those type of injuries, a lot of it can do well with just doing this one exercise right here. This external rotation here of the hands, I'm pointing my thumbs out, holding it for anywhere between 5 to 8 seconds, doing about 10 reps, and then I do it for like 3 sets of 10 to 8. Has done a remarkable job with my rotator cuff issue, healing it and giving it the strength that it needs to be able to press. Like just the other day when I was doing the chest presses and such, I told you that even though it was only 30 pounds, I'm amazed that I'm actually even able to get that moving. And so it's important. Now, again, I'm not a physical therapist. I do train quite a few physical therapists. So I've always been around them, always working with them. And while there are many different shoulder rehab exercises, external rotation pulls to the resistance band, pulling backwards, cable, internal, external, mid-range rotations, all those different ones, everything. And they all serve a purpose for different areas. I feel like this one exercise right here can do so much good for so many injuries in the shoulder. And while I've had clients that had a multitude of different injuries, this one exercise here has done wonders with being able to give them stability, strength, and get rid of the pain, and just get rid of the overall pain, which is huge when you're suffering from it. And if you're not able to, continue physical therapy or get a surgery, this one exercise here has done wonders for me. So I try to make sure I get this through every day. It's done a great job. And you should always try to make sure that you're getting in your stretches too, especially at our age, when you're in your 50s. So I'm also gonna do an episode on all the stretches I try to do every single day. Like the other day when I showed you how I keep my hips open and not tight by doing the deep squat, which we like to joke around and say the deep Asian squat. But I'm going to show you all the things that I do every day to kind of help with that. And it's going to be important because dropping 54 pounds in 8 months, tightening up, building muscle, my body's going to go through a lot. So I'm going to have to make sure that I'm stretching. I'm going to have to make sure that I'm taking care of everything and making sure that I'm on top of it. Otherwise, I could injure myself again. All right, so we're going to do some cardio. I'm going to start off over here at the ski erg. I'm going to take you with me, okay? Okay, so I'm over here at the ski erg machine. I'm setting up my timer here on my phone. I'm going to do 4 different rounds of 30 seconds each for about 3 sets. And what that's going to do is give me 2-minute sets where I'm going to go from down the middle to alternating, down the middle to alternating again. It'll really elevate my heart rate, get it going. And it's not necessarily low intensity, steady state cardio, but it is going to get it going. And I'm not going to go too intense, obviously, because it's been a while since I did these things. Okay, so I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to put it every 30 seconds. Good, and we're going to get going. Alternating. Great thing about this is that I'm able to pick my lung capacity up, get that heart rate up, get that breathing going, without putting a lot of ground and pound on my foot with the plantar fasciitis issue that I'm dealing with. Another 30 seconds, right down the middle. Last 30 seconds, we'll make 2 minutes, and we'll take a quick break for a minute. Okay. 1 minute break. It's a great way to get the heart rate up. Again, get that cardio in, get the lungs going without me putting a lot of weight and pounding on the plantar fasciitis on my left heel. So I'm able to elevate, get it going. Now I mentioned before that I'm going to kind of share with you my way I'm eating, the different supplements I'm taking to help keep my energy high, keep it moving. But the number one motivator is this vlog. Doing this right here, because I'm putting the onus on me and I'm having to do it and I'm getting it out there. So, hey, if I don't accomplish this, then it's really gonna look bad. So it's come down to kind of this, you know, I'm not gonna lie. In my 50s, picking up the weight, it's been tough. So we address it, we get to it, and you move forward, you do what you gotta do. Second set, 30. Whatever you need to do to get yourself focused and back into your health, do it. Everybody has different reasons for motivation. Find what it is for you, focus on it, and get it going. Good. I think me and my good friend, and she's like a sister to me, Kaori, she's one of the trainers here. She's my right-hand person and helps me manage and run everything. I think she's one of the only other people I know of that likes to work out with no music. I don't like it. I grew up in my uncle's gym in Hawaii. No music was played. You had to find your own motivation to finish a set strong in your head. To push hard. And frankly, when this gym is busy, there's so much music playing all the time that turning it off when I work out is nice. Last 30. Woo, my triceps are burning. Now, in this motion, those of you that know body mechanics will say that, you know, I'm not really bending at the elbow and extending and flexing through the tricep, but the long head of the tricep, which goes all the way past your armpit and into your shoulder blades, is being exhausted with that stretch and then pulling down. Whew. 1 minute, and my arms are burning. Okay, so in between the time, try to get your breathing under control. Deep breaths. Even when you feel like you want to shallow breathe, force yourself into deep breaths. By doing so, it'll calm your heart down. calm your lungs so that you don't exhaust yourself. Short, small, shallow breathing will cause your heart to increase its rate. You'll burn through your oxygen, and then you'll just fatigue out, or even worse, throw up. Okay, good, under control. I have 10 more seconds. And then we have one more set of this, 4 rounds of 30 seconds, starting right now. Good. So again, I invite you, if you're in your 50s and you want to get in shape, get back to shape, get in shape for the first time. Hell, follow along, hit the notifications, do it with me. Use the hashtag that I created, Forged After 50, and during this process, I'm going to give you pretty much free training on the channel. Tell you everything to focus on, what to do, body parts. I'm going to do Q&As, talk to everybody, kind of help everybody with their goals as much as I can. Give you tips, show you what I'm eating, the examples. Again, I'm going to be attempting this with no PEDs, no performance enhancing drugs, no TRT. A minute up, 2 more 30-second bouts to go. And let's see how well I can shape my body back to where it was. Just yesterday's workout when I started, those body weight squats, my legs, I'm feeling it. How pitiful is that? It's been that long since I actually did any leg exercises. But the pain was kind of nice because it tells me I'm doing something and not just sitting on my ass. At our age, in your 50s, you can't do that long. Cancer, stroke, high blood pressure, you name it. Okay. 3 sets, 1 minute break. You know, I'm not feeling so bad. My foot's doing okay. Let's do a little bit of some treadmill. I'm gonna add a little bit onto it. Let's head over there. All right, so we're on the treadmill. Okay, so I'm not gonna do a lot. I just did 3 sets of about 2 minutes, 30-second intervals, 4 rounds of 30 seconds per set of arms together and then alternating. When I do the treadmill, right now, especially in the beginning, I like to do LISS, L-I-S-S, low intensity, steady state cardio. I'm gonna raise the incline all the way up to 15. So obviously, even though I haven't trained in quite a long time and I'm suffering from some injuries, I still do have some muscle memory and some strengths that I am being able to take advantage of. I still have certain flexibilities that I'm able to do, like I'd shown. And I do believe that there are a lot of different beliefs on muscle memory. Some doctors feel that muscle has no memory, and when you start off from scratch, it's just like rebuilding everything again. I strongly disagree. I've been, after training people for so long and having clients go through the ins and outs of life, get back into bad shape, and then have to come back and train again, I definitely believe that there is muscle memory, and you can see that in the way that the body can bounce back quicker. So that's something to keep in mind as well too. While I'm working out, I'm hoping my body's muscle memory will bounce back quicker. And I'm going with a long stride here. Long stride. So I'm opening up my stride. I'm grabbing as gently as I can with the heels, and I'm extending it lengthily in back of me. your body moves in such short steps all day. So we're very quad and calf dominant when it comes to moving around and walking. Very rarely do you open up your stride to really get the hamstring stretched and engaged and your glutes engaged to pull you through, because we're mostly taking smaller steps. Our quads and our calves do all the work. So when I'm on the treadmill, I like to get long strides, go uphill, engage the hamstrings and the glutes, burn more calories that way, get them moving and flexible. They need it. And as well as some lateral movement. So I'm keeping an eye on the time here. This is something you can add to your cardio sessions as well too. I'm not going to go too long. I don't want to push it on my plantar fasciitis and end up regretting it later. I'm at 2 minutes and 44 seconds right now, but I am going to do a little bit of some lateral movement intervals. And what it is, I'm going to set myself up for a minute. I'm going to slow it down to like 1 and do 60 seconds laterally moving side to side. So, hands on the railing, I'm pushing myself up with my left, and I'm pulling myself up with my right. The goal here is to keep your toes straight forward. So you can feel the push coming from the center of your bottom foot and the pull coming from the center of your upper foot. So I'm using my abductors on my left to push away. I'm using my adductors, which are my inner thigh, to pull myself up. And something to keep in mind, you really can't use one without the other. They help balance each other out. We're gonna do 60 seconds up one side, and then 60 seconds up the other side. And this is a great way to get hip mobility as well too, and work them out dynamically without using heavy weights or anything else, especially in the beginning. This is excellent to do. Alarm went off. I'm going to do 60 seconds on the other side. Again, making sure that I'm keeping my toes pointed forward. And now I'm pushing myself up with my right outer foot, using my abductors, which are the muscles on the outer side of the thigh and your glutes as well. And then I'm pulling myself up with my left adductors, my inner thigh muscles. We're doing this for a minute. When that alarm goes off, we're going to come right back to center, speed it up a little bit, and go with long strides again. Luckily, I don't feel my plantar fasciitis being too overly sensitive or painful or like I'm aggravating it. So I'm actually quite fortunate right now. Funny thing about the plantar fasciitis, if any of you have it, you tell me. I can't wear shoes that have too much support. It's funny, if I wear shoes that have too much support, especially on the arch, it actually aggravates my plantar fasciitis. If I wear more flat bottom shoes with minimal support, it's actually good for it. And that part always kind of blew me away because I thought it would have been the opposite. But you tell me about how it is with yours, if you do have it, if you've ever felt it before. I'm just thankful that I never had to have surgery. Or what one client told me is, I guess podiatrists have this new machine that they can go in there and do very minimal cutting or something and does like some corrective work. I'm not quite sure what it is, but the last thing I need to do is cut into anything. So long stride again, I raised it up just a little bit. So I went from 1 speed at the 15 incline, side to side for 60 seconds. I raised it up to just like 1.5. I'm going long stride. Again, my first cardio session in months. Long time. And when I was doing it every now and then, it was very scarce and in between, very few. Looks like they're doing construction in front of my gym. That'll be fun for parking for clients. Well, at least Burbank takes care of its roads. I gotta appreciate that. Okay. So again, guys, I invite you to try this again with me. Start it up. I'm gonna call that a day for my cardio. I know it's not a lot. Again, just starting. I'm gonna start working on my diet probably tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Let's see, Thursday the 20th, March 20th. So I'm gonna start working on my diet over the weekend. Right now I'm just going by eye, just having like eggs and trying to keep it as clean as possible. In the beginning, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose, just moving and getting active and just being conscious of what you're eating is going to have great results as long as there's nothing wrong going on hormonally with your body. So that's what we're doing right now, and just get it moving. All right, we're done with the cardio for today. So guys, thanks for coming in with me on my second day. I'm very fortunate. I have amazing clients. One of my newer clients, Doreen, stopped by. I was teaching her how to do a deadlift, and she brought me an amazing Asian tapo bowl. Again, when you're working out, obviously if you're following a particular type of meal program, if you're doing carnivore or if you're doing, vegan or vegetarian, you have to follow a certain set of obviously guidelines of how you're going to be eating. Myself in general, I've always been, even though I do appreciate intermittent fasting, I've always been one to believe in omnivorous type eating. A little bit of everything is good. It's just about the amount, your calories, right? Making sure you get the right macronutrients and you're not going over your daily caloric limit to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve, whether you're trying to build muscle, get size, or in my case, drop weight. I don't want to drop weight too quickly, especially at this age. I don't want to stress out my body, being in my mid-50s, too much by dropping too much as far as daily caloric intake, and then causing stress on my body, and then I can't sleep. And if I can't sleep, any of you in your 50s know that when you can't sleep, it plays a host of different things, including high blood pressure, all kinds of things, right? So it's the last thing I want to do. So it's all about making sure that I'm just sticking a couple hundred calories underneath my maintenance levels, which I'm going to show you how I break that down later on this weekend or so. I'm going to put together how I break down my maintenance calorie levels and all that, and how I'm eating for it, how many meals a day, things like that. All right. So thanks for following me up on the second day. We've got a long journey to go. November 19th is the date to drop 54 pounds, get into amazing shape. And then again, I'm goal oriented, see if I might be able to pull up or book a modeling contract. I haven't done one since my mid-30s. It's been over 20 some odd years. Obviously, I looked a lot different back then, but you know what? It's a goal. If I fail, I fail. But at least I've taken myself to a point where, I can feel proud about myself again. So that's the main thing, right? And thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in my next one. All right? Take care, guys.